In September 2019, Kanye West buys a $14 million 9,000-acre ranch in Cody, Wyoming in the middle of nowhere. This is an extremely remote spot with thousands of acres of vacant land surrounding it. It was initially unclear what Kanye was doing with such a remote and sprawling location, but reports would later surface of Kanye's plans to build an enormous 70,000 square foot amphitheater, with Kanye apparently describing the space as the West Meditation Space Large Impact Structure. He's sounding more and more like a cult leader by the second, isn't he? Now, Kanye West would use his newly acquired ranch as a recording retreat for his 2019 gospel album, Jesus is King. Born out of 2019 Sunday service sessions and intense recording sessions at his new Wyoming ranch, the Jesus is King album was a big step in Kanye's artistic development, moving away from profanity and delivering a church-ready album focused mainly on prayer and positivity. And it seemed that if Kanye's lyrics were anything to go by, he was wholly focused on his family and his faith at this point in his life. And upon its release on October the 25th, 2019, Kanye would elaborate on his experience buying the ranch and recording the album in an extended interview with Zane Lowe recorded on location in Wyoming. Kanye would tell Zane Lowe that he recorded his Yay album in Jackson Hole, Wyoming. Following that experience, he wanted to buy property in the area, but there was nowhere in Jackson Hole that would sell him more than 500 acres at a time. Kanye was looking for somewhere where he could get thousands of acres to set up the Yeezy campus, ultimately choosing Cody, Wyoming.
I was looking for a multi-thousand acre property, and Jackson Hole didn't have any properties available over 500 acres because I was looking for a place to set up the Yeezy campus. So we found out about Cody and we came here.
Kanye would say that he wanted to use the land to farm his own cotton and other materials in order to make the Yeezy brand completely sustainable.
Then I have hydroponic cotton, wheat, hemp.
For sustainability?
Yes.
And he would say that he moved away from Calabasas after building experimental domes, which were deemed by the city to be 10 feet too high, ultimately being torn down.
I was in California building my domes, and they said my dome was 10 feet too high.
Right.
And they tore it down.
That kind of semantic.
Also in this interview, Kanye touched on the state of his family and his experience in fatherhood, saying that Kim is supportive of his newfound faith and Sunday service movement.
And they're believing Kim as well?
Yes.
He also said that since leaning deeper into his faith, he was upset at having previously sexualized his daughter by trying to dress her fashionably and provocatively.
Trying to have my daughter outdress Rihanna. His daughter was walking around with a slip dress. I don't think North should wear crop tops just because I had her wearing a slip dress when she was 2 years old. I think and feel differently now that I am Christian, now that I'm the founder of a $3 billion organization and married for 5 years.
Kanye also reaffirmed his intentions to run for president and ominously pledging to settle scores with anyone who didn't believe in his ambitions previously.
There will be a time where I will be president of the United States and I will remember. I will forgive, but I will remember.
Clearly, Kanye had a big vision that went far beyond just buying a big ranch where he could hide out from paparazzi and record music. But for the man that has everything, apparently one farm with thousands of acres isn't even enough. And 2 months later, in November 2019, it was revealed that Kanye was buying yet another Wyoming ranch, this time snapping up a 6,714 acre site called Bighorn Mountain Ranch for a cool $14.5 million, with these two ranches being roughly 50 miles apart. By the end of November, Kanye appeared to be proudly showing off his new acquisitions alongside his extended family, with the music video for his Jesus is King track closed on Sunday, depicting him and his family, Kris Jenner and all, exploring the Wyoming landscape in very cool off-road vehicles. However, after already putting up a fight against Kanye's suggested move to Chicago, it would be hard to believe that Kim would give up being worshipped in Beverly Hills for Moose Knuckles and Montclair in Wyoming. And in an interview with Vogue, Kim would say that she imagined living in Wyoming in maybe 10 years' time, showing that deep down perhaps her and Kanye's medium to short-term plans weren't quite in alignment. But frankly, disagreeing on living on a ranch in Wyoming would be the least of Kim and Kanye's worries. Because having ended 2019 with the successful launch of his new gospel-focused music, and after acquiring thousands of acres of land to build and grow on, we'd soon be rolling into 2020. Election year. And Kanye, fueled by his enormous ego and ambitions to be president, despite lacking the qualifications, vision, or coherency, and further emboldened by the simple fact that Donald Trump became president, so why can't Ye? And so, in 2020, Kanye West would embark on his biggest challenge yet, biting off more than he could chew and launching a poorly thought out presidential run that would be so disastrous, so embarrassing, that it would ultimately cost him his family.